Blitz, I'm Jake Ziven alongside Eric Elkin. It is finally here. High school football's back.
Crazy. Last year, Sheldon, Siusula, Santiam Christian, and Camas Valley, you got all those, all made it to the state title game. Only Santiam Christian and Camas Valley won.
Sheldon's only loss of the season came in the 6A title game to Lake Oswego, and their quest to get back started tonight. It was our KEZI I-9 plus Friday Night Blitz game of the week. The second-ranked Irish hosting number 10 Southridge, and the Skyhawks came out guns blazing. Their first offensive play of the game, A.J. Wooden to Jordan Morgan, an 80-yard touchdown over the top of the Sheldon defense. Southridge added another score, went up 14-0. But Sheldon responds. Direct snap to Connor Strom. He just will not go down, patiently picking his way to a touchdown. It's 14-7. More Strom off the handoff this time, cuts back to the outside, then cuts back to the inside, shakes off a few tackles, just looks like a man among boys. The game is tied. But before half, Southridge again. Wooden just throws it up, looking for Morgan, his big play receiver. It's batted and caught by Morgan for a touchdown, his second of the game. Southridge leads 21-14 at the half. After the break, Sheldon looks like a different team. The defense was dominant. The offense got going. That's Taylor Alley to Mitchell Herbert. 36-yard touchdown, 21-21. Then Alley on the keeper. He'll take it around the left side, looking for the pylon. Gets hit hard, but is in the end zone. 28-21 Sheldon with their first lead of the game. Then in the dagger, early fourth quarter, Kellen Strom, Connor's little brother, just a sophomore, pick six. Sheldon goes up 35-21. Southridge added a late touchdown, but Sheldon wins its season opener 35-28.
It was very uncharacteristic of us in the first half, giving up big plays, turning the ball over in the red zone, and with all of that said, you know, we were only down by a touchdown at half. So I just told the kids to be patient.
Can't let you get away without talking about your brother's pick six. You had 2 touchdowns in the game. He had 1. Did you think that was a possibility going into this game?
I did. I think if he got in the game, I know him, and he knows himself, and I know he has big play capability. And it was awesome. It was better than any of my 2 touchdowns, that's for sure. It definitely helped us out more in the game.
What'd you tell him?
I was proud of him. Very proud of him. That's it.
That's good stuff. All in the family. Hey, check out this. A chopper shot. Thurston beat Aloha in the first round of the playoffs last year, but that was without future Duck running back Thomas Tyner. Thurston at Aloha's 28-yard line. Corey White throws it to Roy Jackson. He tries to fight the gang tackle and pays for it. Ball gets stripped. Aloha with the turnover. Aloha at their own 38-yard line. Thomas Tyner, the future Duck running back, ends up with the reverse. He gets knocked out at the 47-yard line, a 9-yard gain. Aloha at Thurston's 41-yard line. A bad handoff ends with a fumble. Thurston recovers. Thurston does nothing on the next drive, however, turns over on downs. Aloha on Thurston's 34-yard line. Thomas Tyner can catch the ball too. As you would expect in a Duck offense, he takes it to the 14-yard line before going out of bounds. Nice 20-yard gain. 2 plays later, Aloha on Thurston's 14-yard line. Again to Tyner in the air. The future Duck takes it in for a touchdown. Thurston is blown out by Aloha, a little different than last year. 45-zip. Thomas Tyner, I guess, makes a difference.
It'll be fun to watch him in Autzen next year. Roseburg lost to eventual state champ Waco in the state quarterfinals last year, opening up this season hosting South Salem. First quarter started off a little slow. Jake Haverly with a nice run for Roseburg. He's going to be their guy this year. The Indians were up 2-0. Second quarter, Taryn Reedy runs it in for a score for Roseburg. They went up 9-0. Then in the second quarter, Jake Dufault for Salem. For Roseburg punting, Jake Dufault returning, slips a tackle. Nice little return for Dufault, but Roseburg goes on to win their season opener over South Salem, 22-15.
A lot of scoring in that second half. Churchill, of course, is a 5A team, so the Lancers are looking to take that next step and compete with the Maristes of the world this year. We'll get to the Spartans in just a bit. But the Lancers going on offense, and with a, check that, there's the Lancers. Now we've got the Lancers going. Mitch Reed, a guy we'll have to watch out for this season. But the day belonged to the Lancer running game, something that they had told us would be much improved this year. A run for the score. That made it 35-6 Churchill. In the third quarter, South Eugene with the ball, but Churchill's Andrew Benyon tackles Sean Fabric. Score still 35-6. In the third quarter, Liam Duncan passes to Malik Inocencio, for 30-yard pass. Score still 35-6. Same drive. Reed runs the ball in for the touchdown. Later gets a 2-point conversion. Tyler Reed had 7 touchdowns tonight for Churchill. Final score 56-21. Churchill wins. And as we mentioned, Churchill, of course, is a 5A team. Lancers are looking to take that next step and compete with the Marist of the world, but
we're going to get to the Spartans in a little bit. First, we're going to head to Willamette. The Wolverines with a tough test hosting number 10 Corvallis. First quarter, Corvallis is Mathern Langley going to look for Andrew Laney. Is Laney taking it out, a bootleg on the right side, gets the ball away, and it's caught for a 30-yard gain for the Spartans. Later in the drive, Langley going to take it himself. A little trickery on the play fake, but Langley's in for a touchdown, and it's 7-0 Corvallis. In the second quarter, Willamette going to their running back, Samuel Aguirre, replacing Jordan Visaraga, who was fantastic last season. Cuts back, nice move, and turns on the Jets. He's eventually caught from behind. A 40-plus yard gain. The Wolverines could not score on the drive, so it stayed 7-0. Later in the second quarter, Corvallis with the ball. Langley picked off by Cameron Ferguson, basketball player as well. It was 7-0 Corvallis going into the half, a low-scoring game. Corvallis goes on to win 33-20. Here's a look at how the rest of the Midwestern League teams did. Marist opens up their season with a 21-point win over Bend. North Eugene loses in 3 overtimes to Summit, 30-22. No score from Siuslaw Marshfield or Silverton Springfield yet. It is time to shift our focus a little bit north of Eugene to the Corvallis area. That's where Stephen Nelson was tonight. Stephen joins us live in the studio with a wrap-up. Stephen?
Jake, last year's 5A state champ Mountain View knocked off Marist in the state semifinals. Tonight, their state title defense begins in Lebanon. The Warriors trying to upset number 4 Mountain View and up 35-21 in the fourth. And the Warriors need points, and they need them fast. They're going for it on 4th down, but tight end Luke Rapay cannot quite handle that pass, so the ball goes back to the Cougs. And the Cougars just need to run the clock out, and they do so by keeping the drive alive, and that happens with a big catch from John Carroll. Dances the sideline. Well done, kid. And that drive would end in a missed field goal, but the defense would take care of the rest. Trevor Roberts, number 33 on your screen, he was in on 3 consecutive plays to snuff out Lebanon's hope for a miracle comeback. The Cougars start the year off with a win, 35-21, the final over Lebanon. Crescent Valley hosting Radford from Hawaii, 14-10 in the second quarter. Tanner Sanders, he's going to get picked off from Amon Sei, and he's going to take it to the house all the way. No one's going to catch that guy. And that touchdown there would make it 21-10. But CV is not going to go away. Ensuing drive now. Pick it up with running back Gary Gomez leading his team back to the end zone. A nice gain there to get it inside the red zone. And Gomez, he's going to reap the benefits of his hard work. Next play, he's going to take it in. Unfortunately for Crescent Valley, Gomez would leave the game later, breaking both bones in his lower right leg. He's at the hospital right now. Crescent Valley would also fall in the game 21-17.
Let's look at 6A and 5A. Great games, great game in the KEZI I9 Plus Friday Night Blitz game of the week. A perfect start to our schedule tonight with Sheldon beating Southridge.
Not too shabby at all. But we've got plenty more left coming up after the break. Highlights from 4A and 3A. That's next.
Welcome back to Friday Night Blitz on KEZI 9 News.
Wolverines, and you're watching Friday Night Blitz!
Welcome back to the first Friday Night Blitz of the season. I'm Jake Zivin with Eric Elkin. We've looked at 6A, we've looked at 5A.
So now it's time to head to 4A. And for that, we bring in Lauren Michler. Lauren?
Well, guys, the 4A was all about Maple Leaf matchups tonight. Both Elmira and Junction City taking on teams from Canada, believe it or not. Elmira hosted WJ Mowat from Abbotsford, British Columbia. The team made a 7-hour drive to come see the Falcons, and they made it worthwhile. Hawks came out early, scoring twice in the first quarter. Mario Narde with the first of those 2 TDs right there. So the Falcons were trailing 14-0 with just 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Narde looking downfield. And Elmira's John Seitz grabs the interception. He takes it all the way down to the 30-yard line for Elmira, and that would end the third quarter. Elmira not score on that play, and not really, they did score throughout the rest of the game, though. Hawks win 42-18. And Junction City also hosting a team from up north. The Mount Douglas Rams from Victoria, BC, made their own 7-hour trek and scored all 31 points in the first half. But the Tigers wouldn't settle for a shutout, even if it meant getting a little tricky. So here's Cody Miller. He's going to pass to Brett Morris, and Morris goes out to Brad Silver. He'll take it all the way into the end zone for the one and only Tiger TD. Head coach Mark Henderson told me he calls that one the Tiger double pass. Junction City gets on the board, but still falls to Mount Douglas 38-6. Guys, that's all we have for 4A tonight, so we'll send it on back to the desk.
Thank you very much, Lauren. Sutherland will continue with the 4A. Sutherland take down South, taking on North Valley. So we go to the highlights. Sutherland and North Valley. This one scoreless when Tristan Burke will dump it off to Kyle Rose. There's plenty of room along the sidelines. Takes it down to the 10. That'll set up something to come. Knights finish off the drive as Nathan Rusk, takes it in, dragging the defender into the end zone. 7-0 North Valley. Sutherland with an answer, though. Cameron Mock, don't mock him. Cameron Mock takes the end around, finds a huge hole, takes it the distance for the score. They would add on a 2-point conversion to make it 8-7 Bulldogs. North Valley defense, though, would clamp down as Curtis Roberts coming to your screen with the huge sack. Then on the next play, Nathan Rusk, heard his name once already. How about he comes up with the interception? On the ensuing drive, Austin Neal will power it in from 4 yards out. North Valley grabs a 14-8 lead. They go on to win 36-22, the final.